Bridge. We have a very interesting show for you this week. We're going to be doing a show on Welcome to the Swings Graffiti Bridge. I've got a great topic for you this week. We're going to be doing the Twigs thrift shop in Kisco, New York. And I have one of the volunteer workers from next door that they're working. Hi, how are you today? Just tell my viewers a little bit about the thrift shop.
Well, we've been in business for 37 years. It's run by the Twigs of Northern Westchester. And what is a twig? Twigs are a group of women who in 1945 got together to do things for the hospital, such as make layets, make receiving blankets, anything the hospital needed, we were there to help. In 1964, we opened our first shop. I've been a member for 27 years.
27 years. So you're relatively newcomer, huh?
Right.
And I understand these people have been here a lot longer than you, right?
Oh, some have been here since the 70s. And we've been in different locations. One location everybody knows about, the Elephant's Trunk. We were there for a while.
When were you there this summer?
I'd say maybe 10 years after we first opened.
Is that in the 50s?
Probably. Then we were in a shop which when I started, was down the street here. It was very small, cramped. And
how did you get involved? I'm someone that Bob, which brings up a topic, like they need volunteers, folks. If you got some free time, please get in touch with these ladies. We'll have the phone number up for you later, and they can use your help. And they do a great help.
we need volunteers. We need them desperately. My neighbor introduced me to Twigs. I moved in June into Chappaqua, New York, and a week later I was a part of Twigs. And I've been a part of it ever since.
So basically, you get a lot of volunteers and like girls, like friends.
That's right. I met a woman in the park this morning, and I told her about our shop, and she said she was retired. She had free time, and she'd go here and become a volunteer.
What are the hours of this store?
The hours are 9:30 to 4, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. 9 to 12 on Saturday, and we're closed on Wednesdays.
Now, when someone volunteers, how much time do they put in? Like, I guess it would vary.
It varies. Some women work every week. Some women work every other week. We like them.
Flexible.
It is flexible. We like them to be active.
And you all kind of share different jobs, or there's different duties, or?
There are pricers, there are sellers. A shift is either morning or afternoon. So you work a half a day.
Okay, great. Why don't we now go if you want to do it. Okay, we're now in the store, and Linda's going to take us through a little guided tour. So, take our viewers on the tour.
This is our selling room. This is where our customers buy. You can see that we have Halloween costumes, which is...
Do you tend to go with the seasons? Like, for instance,
Yes.
if it's Halloween, you'll get...
Right, and you can see the decorations in the shop.
Like, for instance, on Easter, do you tend to get an Easter theme? And
Yes, we do. Christmas will be decorated.
Now, do you have, like, certain loyal customers? Like, people that you develop relationships?
We have customers who come in every day, customers who come in once a week. It depends.
How do customers
come in
hear?
Twice a day.
Oh, yeah? How do people tend to hear about this thrift shop? Like, do you advertise?
We do advertise in the Penny Saver, and we do put flyers around town at different times of the year.
Now, is there like a lot of word of mouth type of thing? People hear about
Word
it?
of mouth.
Okay, let's
Definitely.
go through a tour of the store. Let's see what kind of
Okay.
stuff you have.
We have clothing. We have books. We just put up these beautiful oriental paintings. We have
And where'd you get the paintings from? Someone donate them, or?
everything in the shop is donated. And all our proceeds go to Northern Westchester Hospital. We buy equipment. The hospital gives us a list of the equipment they desire. We vote on it, and that's what we put our money toward.
No, when do you have these board meetings to vote? Is this once a month?
We have a
Once a
meeting
week?
once a month.
Once a month?
And each twig is represented. We have 12 twigs.
Is this in Westchester or is it through New York State?
It's all Northern Westchester.
Northern Westchester.
And we have about 200 members.
So the 12 boards get together, like is it one member from each, or
1 or 2 members from each.
now do you vote as a unit, the 12 on the equipment you're going to get from the hospital, or is it,
Each twig has a vote.
and it's, what I'm saying is like, do all the twigs go to Northern Westchester Hospital, or are there different hospitals that you work with?
We only work with Northern Westchester Hospital.
Great. So let's look
And
this.
we've given them a bone densometer. This year we gave them a Coulter blood analyzer. We've given them a mammography machine. We've done a lot of contributing towards the nursery.
You were saying like how much you've donated over the years? It's quite a considerable sum.
Over the years, we've donated $1,800,000.
So this is having a serious impact. Like I'm saying, like what you're saying is you work with them to get equipment that they need.
Right.
So do they have a liaison that works with your board, or?
I am the liaison between the thrift shop and the hospital. I sit in on the meetings of the Board of Trustees. I work with the head of volunteers at the hospital, but our shop is incorporated. We are separate, but our bylaws say that we give all of our donations to Northern Westchester Hospital.
Okay, that's great. Let's see some more stuff in the store.
Okay. We sell books. Very popular item.
Look at like a shoe rack, huh?
We have shoes. And we soon will be having a coat sale for either Election Day or Veterans Day or both. Hope the weather gets a little colder.
These are for, I guess,
Help.
winter coats, or?
These are winter coats.
Now in the spring, will you get stuff that's more light?
Our merchandise changes by season.
Now, for instance, I guess, do you rotate stock? Like, for instance, like if you have winter stuff, then you put it away?
We do, and bring out spring.
Now, do you have a warehouse here on the location?
We have a garage.
You have a
that's
garage?
Packed to the rafters.
Okay. What's this stuff back here? So you got some golf clubs, huh? For all you golfers, come up here.
Oh, we have plenty. Golfers.
And what's this thing right here?
That's a good question. It's a golf carrier with shoe bag.
Now, how do you determine the prices on this?
We have women who price.
Oh, so you got a tennis racket. I'm in the market for one. I'll have to take a look at that later.
And the women discuss what to put on an item. So in a thrift shop, you win some, you lose some.
Now, when you decide like what is the kind of a fair price for this as to what you can get for it type thing, kind of like a compromise.
And we reduce it by half, whatever we think it's worth.
Now, do certain products move faster than other ones? Or is it just kind of like just a general flow?
It really depends on the clientele.
Ah, okay. Let's take a look at some more of the products. We have silverware and
These are household items, and we try to help the community by allowing them to purchase household items at a reasonable price. We have people who've had fires, and they come here to
I noticed you said in that sheet that you gave me that you work a lot with immigrants and stuff.
We do. We have a lot of new people in our area, and they're setting up households.
What kind of customers do you get? So you're saying immigrants?
We get everyone. We get people who
I imagine we get a lot of students, right, going for a campy look?
Students, we get people who need costumes for plays in the schools.
Ah, that's an interesting thing.
And we get antique dealers. We get collectors. It runs the gamut.
Now,
and we are the best customers, I might add.
Oh yeah? For your stuff? Now, when something comes in, like you're saying like you have like a loyal customer base, would you notify someone, like if someone came in, like figured, well, this is great for that person? Do people come in to get certain items over the years? You know what I'm saying? Like,
if we know somebody is interested in antiques and we have a new antique in,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, point it out, or we sell jewelry, and if something
jewelry, huh? Okay, the cat's out of the bag, everyone. Jewelry up here.
As soon as something fabulous comes in and we see them, we'll point it out.
Plus, it's going to be Halloween, everyone, so
right.
Run up here. It's going to be great, great. So let's take a little bit more of a look.
Don't fall. I guess we'll go up to the front.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good picture maybe of some of our clientele.
Maybe we could do the customer thing now.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm doing an interview for NCCTV and just asking people that shop here, like what brings them in and what type of stuff they'd like to try on and stuff.
Well, I always find something, and the price is right, and I do real well with jackets typically. We'll see if that's the case today.
How many years have you been shopping here?
4.
4 years?
4, yeah.
And what attracts your interest to come in here? Is it because of the good price, or?
Well, the selection changes all the time too, and the people are nice.
It's a very friendly atmosphere in here?
Yep. It's close by. Has everything going for it.
Great. And it's a nifty coat, huh?
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet in the mirror.
Well, I can tell you, I'm looking at it. It looks pretty good.
Well, it's a pretty color.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Sure. We have dressing rooms.
This is where your Hollywood clientele comes out of, huh?
And this is our boutique. We have a lot of antiques and collectibles.
Now, how do you acquire the antiques? Again, just people just bring them in?
Everything is donated.
Everything's donated.
And we may get a box of...
Oh, Ansel Adams.
Right.
I like his photography a lot.
We may get a box of things that are not so great, and in the middle of it will be a treasure. And this is our jewelry. And that's Mrs. Duffy. Marge Duffy.
Hi, how are you? How long have you been working here for?
Oh, probably 2.5, 3 years.
And how did you wind up working here? Did someone refer you, or?
A friend asked me to come down and give us a hand, so I did, and I've enjoyed it 100%. You know, the benefit of this goes to the hospital. That's another reason I like being here.
Right, because you feel like you're doing some good, obviously, right?
And then there are nice people to work with. And nice people to be customers, too.
So it's a very good atmosphere, huh? So everyone watching the show, come in and buy some stuff, help some people out, and meet the friendly people here.
Yeah, it's good.
Actually, I have met my best friends through
Through here, huh?
through Twigs and through the shop.
So it's just more than buying stuff here. It's also like a whole
Definitely.
social thing. So people like to come in here and they while they're shopping, they like to talk and
They do. We learn a lot of history of different customers.
so you hear a lot of folklore about the area.
Yes. And
Great.
if they have a problem, we worry about it. And if they're happy, we're happy.
Try it on and Linda tells them whether or not it looks good.
Oh yeah, do you always tell the truth? Yeah, it looks awesome. So the thrift shop's really a real part of the community. In other words, it's really part of
It
the
is.
flow. You know, it's not. It's you know helping out the hospital. It's a meeting place. People can come here, and
we're friends.
so why don't we take a look out back where the stuff comes
Okay.
in?
Which one do this?
Thought about it.
Why don't you just say what that is?
Yep.
One-
For the newer residents of Mount Kisco, we've made up a flyer in Spanish, letting them know that by shopping here, they are helping Northern Westchester Hospital.
And has that had an impact?
We just put it out.
Just put it out, huh? Okay. Breaking news here, folks, on NCC TV. You got it here first. Okay, great. Okay.
The new residents use the clinic at Northern Westchester Hospital, which is free of charge, and we encourage them in turn to use our shop to buy their household items and clothing.
So there's a real symbiosis,
Right.
give and take. Okay.
Once a year we have a luncheon. This past year in May it was at La Chateau. And this was our program. And we give awards to those women who have put in so many hours. And dignitaries from the hospital attend. We invited Mrs. Hillary Clinton this year. She could not attend, but she did send us a letter, and we have it hanging at the window.
I guess it's up there.
It's in the green frame.
Oh, there we go. Hillary, Chappaqua resident.
Yes,
If you're watching, Hillary, come down and take some time.
right.
Okay, great.
That is stunning.
Where
Great.
else could you find a New Year's Eve outfit for $12?
You couldn't.
It's nice.
That's $12?
Yeah.
I might come back and buy it if you're not. We're down in the village for the Halloween parade.
That's right. What do you mean? It's quite nice though, isn't it?
Do you get a lot of your stuff here?
I always find something. It's worth trying
So
things.
you never
on.
disappoint a
know.
customer, huh?
Never disappointed, right? You never know what you're going to find, right, Linda?
That's right.
Now, when you come in to shop, is it a quick thing sometimes, or do you come in? Do you like plan to spend like, excuse me, like an hour, 2 hours?
Oh, I usually just call in for 15 minutes or so, just look around, because there's new things every time, and there's always a bargain. My mother was over from England last week, so I had to bring her in, and she even found some things. So.
Really, to bring back to England,
Yeah.
huh? Great. Awesome, thanks. Okay. Now, what's this back here, Linda?
We're going into the stock room. This is where we have items that are ready to come out onto the floor, and they're stored according to season. Follow me?
Now, do you rotate it to seasons, so the stuff that's in here now is to be here for the fall?
Well, most of it is what we'll put out in the spring. We have all our fall
Oh,
clothing out.
okay. So you're stepping one season ahead of
We're
time.
saving for spring. And we're now going into the pricing room, and this is where our pricers mark the items.
I started out at 75.
Oh, no, I'm going to put 150 on that.
Okay. Now, Rosemary is working on linens, and perhaps she'll tell you what she's done.
These are beautiful linens that have come in, and they have been in dresser drawers, any kind of a drawer at home, and have been not used for a long time. So they came in pretty ugly looking. And I took them home and washed them, and this bunch I have ironed. See
There's a lot of antique linen there.
And they're beautiful linens. And where else could you find something like this?
at these prices.
Right.
What does something like that generally go for?
Well, these are beautiful percale sheets that we're putting $7.50 on.
But usually they're,
Well, it could be $15, $20. It depends on
Right, it's
what
arbitrary.
store you're going to. And this, for instance, is okay. This is a particularly old round table doily that we think we've got $10 on it.
Wow,
I
that's
have
fantastic.
I have a feeling that if you go someplace
in a linen shop.
or to an antique shop,
Yeah.
it would cost you anywhere from 10 to 50, depending on, of course, they're going to put on whatever they think they can get, which we do too.
Now, how do you come to a price? You just have an intuitive feeling about it, or do you kind of know what
We kind of talk to each
each
other.
other?
And we
Plus, you've been doing this for years, right? How long have you
About-
been a member for?
about 25 years.
25 years?
Well, it's more than that, but that's close enough.
So after like these years of experience, you get kind of like an intuitive and develop an eye for this stuff, right?
As I say, a long time ago, I made a statement that if you don't like it, don't price it.
Yeah.
And that seems to work pretty
Now, how did you get involved with the twigs? I've been asking everyone that.
All profits go to the West
I
Northern
was
Westchester
involved in it
Hospital.
the last shop
We
before
would
this
like
one,
them, if possible, on
and several of the twigs in my area of Pleasantville
not in the front
suggested, wouldn't I like to go to work, which is what we're trying to do now. And I did, and I worked in the store until they told me
make an appointment to bring them in.
certain things about pricing that I wouldn't believe. So they invited me back, and I found out that they weren't even telling me half the truth.
Now, one thing I wanted to bring up, I forgot to bring up before. Now, say someone wants to volunteer, how do they go about doing that? In other words, do they call you up, or do they walk in the store?
They either walk in or they call me up, and I meet.
Do you want to hear about the exact location of this for people if they're watching TV and they'd like to come up and get involved?
We're located at 449 Lexington Avenue in Mount Kisco. We're right next door to the Kit and Caboodle. Most people know that. Our telephone is 666-6557. I'd like to point out a painting behind you. Mrs. Whittlesey will tell you what it is.
Well, it's an original Neiman Sports painting, and these are very, very desirable and very expensive. And we've been debating exactly how much we should put on it. I'm thinking we're going to probably put on 150, but we're debating it still. The frame itself, a lot of people just come in for the frames of our paintings and don't throw the painting away, and because they use it for mirrors or for putting something else in, because frames and glassware, everything else connected with mounting a painting is extremely expensive.
I don't know where.
Now, someone donated that, obviously, right? They
Yes,
just came
they
in.
donated, We have a lot of other paintings that are equally attractive, but perhaps not as valuable as this one. But this is typical of what we get. and we get a lot of tradespeople coming in.
Now, does someone call you up and say they have some stuff, or they
No.
just walk in the door,
They
huh?
say we have a
Well, they
dope.
make an appointment to donate. We do ask that they make an appointment.
So why don't you shout that phone number out just one more time, because people can't hear it enough, right?
It's 666-6557. And we ask that clothing be on hangers and that other items be put in boxes. We do not accept bags.
All right. Now, when someone brings this stuff up, I understand they bring it in through here.
Right.
Let's take a peek.
Bring you into our donation.
I was right to choose Linda. She's good.
They enter through this door. They are given a sheet which they sign, which I sign, and they can take a what do you call it for their income tax.
Tax deduction?
A tax deduction. And they also get a sheet telling them, giving them some idea of the prices that we put on merchandise. But they take their own tax deduction.
Mm-hmm. Should we take a walk out back?
Sure.
So how long have you been in this building for?
We've been in this building since 1972.
1972. So you feel good about this location? It works out for you?
It's wonderful. We get a lot of walk-ins, and we get people who drive in with their cars. We have parking. We have a garage that
Oh, this is where you store the stuff?
where we store things.
Huh. So this is where all your merchandise is?
A lot
A
of
lot
it
of it.
that we can't fit in the shop. We occasionally have a garage sale.
Oh, really? How often do you run the garage sales?
We had a very large one in last spring, and it was very successful.
And you would have it here out
We
the back?
opened up the whole parking lot for tables and merchandise, and we had permission for cars to park across the street. And we opened the garage, and one twig put it all together, and they did a great job.
Now
And the
this is just for this
customers-
individual store, right? 'Cause as you
Yes.
said, there's 12 twig chapters, and they each do something similar to this, but over in their
To
neck of the
raise
woods.
money besides the shop. Our twig has a food auction. We all cook and auction
Oh,
the
really?
food off, and we try to do it around holiday time. And
So when's your next one going to be?
when we put it together.
All right, but is it like roughly around Thanksgiving,
Yes,
Christmas, in there?
right.
Oh, you'll have to
Around
let me know. My
Thanksgiving.
viewers know.
Right.
So you can get some food up here, and you can come up here and get dressed for the luncheon. And
Well, we usually do that just amongst ourselves.
oh, amongst yourselves.
Right.
Okay.
But we can raise $600, $800 doing that.
And like again, that goes right to
It
the
goes
hospital.
right to the hospital. It's part of our donation at the end of the year.
Now you were mentioning to my viewers before some of the other stuff, but what's some of the other stuff that you've gotten for the hospital?
We
So folks, come up here and shop and volunteer because they're having a real big impact.
Right. We've donated an anesthesia machine, and the anesthesiologists were so happy that every year they make a little donation. I shouldn't say little, a donation to us. And we've, one of the labor rooms in the hospital we've provided. It's all on your sheet.
Right,
but I
folks. I'm
can't-
going to be typing some more information up. Or do you want to look at the sheet
Let
now?
me
or-
look at it for a minute. I did say the bone densitometer.
I believe you did, but
And
you
the
can always say it
marker.
again.
Okay. See, we gave them a portable EEG machine. We've given them a portable ultrasound machine for the obstetrics department. We gave a video colonoscope for endominor surgery and a digital dictation system for medical information. We've given them an operating room table, which you wouldn't believe how expensive one of those are. We've done respiratory ventilator upgrades. We've upgraded the operating room computer. We've given a telemetry monitor for cardiac care. And I believe I've mentioned the mammography machine and the bone densitometer. And the last thing we did was donated the culture blood analyzer.
Oh, awesome. So folks, they've had a real impact in here, so come up here and shop. You want to shout out that address one more time?
449 Lexington Avenue in Mount Kisco.
Okay, and let's just take a walk right up in front before we end this program, so they can view.
Barbara wants to know if
If I what?
you want to mention the garage.
I did. Okay. Now, Gail is the Gail is the lady who's in charge today.
The exact.
I'm just working here today.
So each day is for somebody new that's in charge?
Twice a
Twice a
day,
day.
there's a new lady in charge.
So someone for the morning, someone for the afternoon? And is that someone new each day, or do you have repeating shifts?
No.
No, we usually have the same people.
Now, what does in charge mean? In other words, like, what is your responsibility?
She's running the shop this
Right.
afternoon.
It means that all the ladies that are working under my shift are, I am in charge of. I make
So you're just basically
decisions,
coordinating.
close the shop up, see that everything's locked up properly.
Now, is there a procedure, like, for instance, if someone comes in, is someone, like, is it for their job, someone to handle stuff coming in, or you decide, like,
Yes.
okay, you take it?
The exec usually handles all the donations coming in, answers the phone, takes care of questions that come up.
Crises, stuff like
Crisis, heavens no.
When the movie stars come in for their wardrobe?
Yes, right. Yes, we all rush.
Okay, great. Let's just take a walk out front. Thanks.
When you have a second, that I found this. Isn't that yours? Was it lost?
I guess.
Because I found it in the case
It
and
must
I
have
picked
dropped.
up something.
Okay, just a sign. See, it's right across from Universal Voltronics, down on Lexington Avenue, right?
Yes.
Okay. See the Northwest Hospital sign. Okay, any concluding remarks you'd like to make for the viewers?
I would just like to invite everyone to come to our shop, try it, you'll like it.
Right, I've been up here, folks. It's been great. Very lovely ladies, people working. So come up, give your time, buy some clothes, help people out.